I love to walk and just be in my thoughts because I was just now thinking sometimes you'll feel like you lose your flame or you lose your fight or you lose that fire in your gut because you've been in situations where you can't go the same route that you went before. And I remember telling y'all when I talked to my father about, standing up for myself and having to walk away and all that, he would be always telling me, you know, do whatever you want. You're not going to listen to what I have to say, blah, blah, blah. But I listen. And in listening and actually being with yourself, being with myself, it helped me come to a realization that I could have whooped a lot of people's ass, but I would have gotten in the same situation that I did when I was in Princeton. Because even if you stand up for yourself, you can end up losing because it's harder to walk away, but it's easier to bow and to stoop low and to be the smaller person. It's harder to be the bigger person. It's harder to walk away. And that's one of the final lessons that I feel like my father's been having to try to teach me. And I'm learning it. It's not like, it's a one-time thing. It's an everyday thing. It's 24/7. Every day is a new day. So it's like you got to recall everything from yesterday. You got to have today planned, and you got to be prepared for tomorrow, even though it may never come. A lot of people say tomorrow is not promised, but they say that because a lot of people wait for tomorrow. A lot of people procrastinate until tomorrow. I'm saying you got to live in purpose, on purpose, and as you live in purpose and on purpose, there's nothing else left to say. You'll be in your purpose. Do everything with a purpose, even if it's procrastinating and waiting for tomorrow. Make sure there's a purpose in that. Make sure you're doing that for a reason. It's not just you just being lazy, because then there is no tomorrow. Tomorrow never comes for the procrastinator and the lazy person that puts off what they could get done today. Don't put off for tomorrow what you can get done today. That comes from a Navy SEAL general, high ranking. I make up my bed every single day after watching his interview, because he said if you do anything when you wake up, when you get out of bed, make your bed. Just in case you have a horrible day, at least you will have a made up bed to come back and lay in so you can have a good night's rest. Something along those lines. I don't think he said that verbatim, but that's the main takeaway. Because you can have an amazing day and you come back home, or you go home to a messy room, a messy bed. You get in the bed, you get poked up with something that's a toy or some crap that's in the bed. You got to make the bed up before you get in the bed, right? Instead of just having a made up bed that's ready for you to lay your body and have a good evening and sweet dreams. It's harder to do that. People don't make up their bed. People don't even clean their rooms. They think that their rooms should be dirty. I still feel a little bit of shame when I'm recording, and I might have a little bit of mess somewhere that might get caught on the camera. Because I'm like, I hold myself accountable. I don't wait for somebody to hold me accountable. I set my own alarms. Even if I have nothing to do that day, I still set my alarms. I still make sure I get up. Even if I have to rest, I make sure I rest. And when I'm done resting, I get up. I don't stay rested. I might study rest, right? Because I'm always in study. So whenever there's an issue or a situation that comes up, I'm well educated. I would already be in practice. So gotta keep your head up.